Tip-off is just a couple of moments away. For now, we'll take a break for the national anthem. We'll come back. We have tip-off on the way right after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Coached by head coach Mike Ford and assisted by Dave Beisch and Todd Van Otterloo. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as you are able and remove your caps as we honor our great nation with the playing of the national anthem being performed tonight by the Algona High School pep band, the Dog Pound Sound. Ladies and gentlemen, the Star-Spangled Banner. Let's play some basketball.
Welcome back to Algona High School. Time for basketball here on Hometown Radio KLGA. The Saint Edmond Gales visitors here tonight in Algona against these Bulldogs. Saint Edmond in their road green. Saint Edmond across the chest in a white. The numbers kind of a light green, yellow on the chest and the backside. Meanwhile, Algona, their home whites. Algona on the chest in red, outlined in black. Same with the numbers on the front and the backside. In the circle to jump, it's Neverman for St. Edmond and McCauley for Algona. Tap won by Neverman and the St. Edmond Gales. They have possession to begin. Up top, it's Cambry McBride, the 5'7" senior. Passes right wing into the corner now for Harvey, who begins her drive as she's tripped up by Ashlyn Young. So 11 seconds in, first foul of the game, side out for St. Edmond. And Algona comes in 8-6 overall, 5-3 in conference. St. Edmond winless, 0-13. 0-8 in conference play. Up top is McBride, guarded by Etherington. Passes to the free throw line for Kirsten. She drives in, layup off glass, no. Holmes has the board for Algona. She pushes, but the pass up the floor to Etherington. Right side bobbled, picks it up, now pass out left wing for McCauley. Makes a pass now, makes one to the right corner for Busher. Busher off a screen, passes back up top for Young. Young now to Holmes, deep left wing, just 3 points last night for Holmes. Now up on the give and go, back to Holmes. Layup left short off for an iron, no good. Rebound to Harvey for St. Edmond. Left side again is McBride. Now back to Harvey up top, setting up the offense. 0-0, 50 seconds in. Interior pass, right block, caught by Neverman, gets past McCauley, turns and lays it in off the glass, 2-0 St. Edmonds.
Well, Gales have gotten the ball down inside twice, first two possessions here. Good job.
Neverman averaging almost 10 a game, her first two there. 2-0 Gales, almost a turnover, ball poked free. Who's it off of? It's off of St. Edmond and Cambry and McBride. So the Bulldogs dodge a bullet there, almost a live ball turnover. It'll stay with Algona, though, near half court. Busher inbounds into the backcourt for Holmes. The Bulldogs try to tie this ball game up early on. We played 1:15, 2-0 St. Edmond. McCauley left wing, now bounce pass short corner left side for Busher. Busher spins baseline, acrobatic layup, no, just rims out. Rebound to Neverman for St. Edmond. 2-0 Gales, 1:30 in. Driving the other way is Harvey down the lane, lost the ball. It's off of her thigh and it rolls out of bounds. So a turnover, good hands by the Bulldogs. It'll go back to Algona. Now the first sub of the ball game. Checking in for Algona is Alexa Chase for Molly McCauley. 6:20 to go in the first. It's 2-0 St. Edmond leads. Thanks for listening here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Holmes up top, passes right wing for Young. Young looking right now, passes up top for Busher. Cycled left wing for Etherington. Now to a cutting Young, left side layup, rims out. Offensive board though for Young, gets her own miss. Double team to the corner, passes back up top for Etherington. Now Busher resets, back to Young, left side. Looking up top, throws that way for Busher. Busher just right of center of the three-point line, now up top for Chase. Chase fakes a pass left, now to the middle to a cutting Etherington, hands off to Holmes. Left side was open, did not shoot. Passes up top for Young. Young looking middle, now dribbles right, now a crossover left into the paint, and we have a foul called on the drive. The Bulldogs will inbound under their own basket after this blocking foul called against Kelly Kirsten.
Personal foul called on Kelly Kirsten.
Bulldogs really looking to get the ball inside themselves. Cutting Holmes in.
Very patient here so far. Off the inbound, Busher up top, pump fakes a three, drives it and banks the floater in. We're tied at 2. Nice move. The left-handed finish by Aaliyah Busher.
Yeah, not a lot of kids can switch hands like that. Nice job by Busher.
2.5 in, 5.5 to go. We're tied at 2. Right wing is Harvey for St. Edmond. Picks up her dribble deep right wing. Bounce pass right corner for Neverman. Looking inside, pass that way, deflected and stolen by Holmes. A wayward pass. Bulldogs the other way. Young, deep right wing. Dribbles back up top. Skip pass left wing for Busher. Pump fakes a three, passes left corner 3. Etherington. Perfect. Bulldogs lead by 3, 5-2. Nice pass there by Busher. Give her the assist. We played 3 minutes. Bulldogs on a 5-0 run. Now St. Edmond the other way. McBride up top. Near half court, loses the ball. It's on the hardwood, and Etherington down to her knees, grabs it. So does McBride. It's a tie-up. Arrow, though, goes to Algona. So a forced turnover there by Cam Etherington.
Well, the first couple of possessions, St. Ed's able to get the ball down inside for close-in looks. Made 1 of 2, but now they turn it over the last 3 possessions.
A sub back into the game is McCauley, giving Young a rest. Also in is Gallus for St. Edmond. Pass inside for Algona to McCauley. Now out to the right wing, a 3 for Etherington. She made 1, that one though short. Offensive board for Holmes. She resets up top. Drives, right side, hands off back to Etherington, and now we have a foul called away from the ball on Holmes after she made that pass.
Personal foul called on Abby Holmes.
Yeah, pass and crash, some kind of push away from the ball after she passed that ball to the corner. It's her first, Algona's second as a team. Full court pressure now for the Bulldogs, broken though by McBride and the Gales. Left wing is Harvey, drives in, bounce pass left corner for Gallus. The junior now back up to the top for Harvey. Harvey, right wing McBride into a cutting Neverman, and on the catch, she traveled. Just shuffled those feet after she made that catch, called for the violation. Turnover, ball back to Algona.
Well, early on here, you're seeing part of the problem why St. Edmond struggles to score. 4 straight turnovers now have denied them a shot opportunity.
Played almost a half of a quarter, I should say. It's 5-2 Algona. Off the drive, pass goes up top to Holmes. Right wing off a screen. Steps back on her three-pointer, rims out offensive. But Etherington put back, might have been blocked. It misses. Long rebound tracked down on the offensive end for Busher. Passes to a cutting Holmes. Layup blocked, but a foul. And 2 free throws coming for the Algona senior. Foul down low on Avery Gallus, the junior. Her first. 2 free throws here for Abby Holmes to push Algona's lead to 5 potentially. Her first, though, is short off for an iron. 2 fouls apiece. Another sub for Algona. Back in is Young, replacing Etherington. So Mike Ford employing some solo subs here through the first handful of minutes. Second one rims in for Holmes, her first point tonight. And the Bulldogs on a 6-0 run, they lead 6-2 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Up top is Harvey, and just a touch foul by McCauley near half court. Just rested her hand on the forearm of Harvey, called for foul there.
There's a good signal again, for kids playing basketball to kind of get used to the crew working the ball game, and if that's something the official is going to call, make sure you keep your hands down.
Checking in is Emma Neverman, so she's out there with Leah Neverman. Up top, though, double teaming McBride are the Bulldogs near half court. She picks up her dribble, finds it up on Harvey, deep right wing. against a zone look here for the Bulldogs. Pass goes inside, caught by Neverman, then blocked out of bounds by Chase. Good hands.
Yeah.
It'll stay with St. Edmond.
And they're lucky there because Chase chopped down at the ball, and I thought maybe it went off of Neverman, but they get to keep it.
I don't off for an E, who knows? Stays with the Gales. Now a pass inside from Neverman to Neverman, knocked away by Chase out of bounds again. So back-to-back, nice defensive plays on that right block for Chase. St. Edmond inbounds again on the S of Bulldogs near the right corner. Pass goes up top to Harvey. Harvey checked by McCauley. Bounce pass right corner for Neverman. Drives, baseline pass deflected and stolen. Busher and McCauley combined on the steal. Left side is Ashlyn Young. Picks up the ball after a fumble. Hands it off to Busher. Left wing three. It's perfect. Busher now with 5. The Bulldogs on a 9-2 run. They lead by 7. 3 to go in the first quarter. Harvey, right wing across half court. Drives on McCauley now passes up top. McBride a 3 off to the right. No long rebound, tracked down by McCauley. Up the floor, Young. Left side, drives in. Layup with the foul, and it falls. Well, St. Edmond, that was Emma Neverman racing down, trying to commit the foul and force a couple of free throws. Just could not get to Young before she got that shot up. She hit it and earns a chance for a three-point play. But before that, a timeout called. 30 seconds by Steve Newberger of St. Edmond. The Bulldogs currently on an 11-2 run with a free throw coming. It was a solid start for the Gales. You mentioned getting the ball down low, but since then the Bulldogs defense has been suffocating. Yeah,
it was the first 2 possessions for the Gales. They got inside right underneath the basket, made one shot down there, missed the other. But since then, no opportunities. They've turned the ball over 5 times and really fallen victim to transition game for Algona. The Bulldogs able to get out, beat them down the court, and hit a couple big threes, got it inside a couple of times, drew fouls. This game has really turned around in a hurry. 11-0 run for the Bulldogs.
Busher has 5, Etherington has 3, Young has 2, maybe a third coming here from the line. Holmes has 1 or 2 from the stripe. A lot of players have scored here for Algona early on. So 1 free throw for Ashlyn Young, and she completes the 3-point play with that one. So the Bulldogs now lead by 10, 12-2. with 2:50 to go in this first quarter. No pressure this time from Algona. Harvey is across the timeline off a screen. Passes right corner for Gallus. Now back up top to McBride. Jab step left, passes inside to Neverman. Tapped away and stolen by Young and Chase. They combine on it. Young pass up the floor. McCauley leaping grab and saves it, but it's then taken away by McBride and the Gales.
Just a half-second late on that pass.
And now the ball lost by McBride. Tried to save with the left hand and just could not quite grasp it. Slipped off her fingers and rolled out of bounds. A turnover right back to Algona. Couple of subs for the Gales. Bemrick is back in the ball game. They go with Kirsten back in. Left side, Busher for Algona. Pass left block, McCauley now up top for Chase. Cycled right wing, Etherington. Off a screen, back up top, McCauley. Straight on 3, it's good.
I was going to say, McCauley will take that if you're not going to cover up. She's one of the confident shooters out there. Bulldogs have 3 threes from 3 different girls.
And all 5 starters have scored for Algona. 15-2 Bulldogs lead, and driving in near the right corner is Gallus. And the ball swiped away by Busher, but they say she got a bit of arm on that swipe, so it's her first foul. Algona's 4th.
Leah kind of grins a little bit there, didn't think she got anything, but these officials showing they're right on top of things. Going to call it fairly tight on reach-ins.
15-2 Algona, 1:50 to go in the first quarter. Up top is McBride for the Gales. Free throw line, drives right side, shot blocked by Busher, out of bounds off of her. Nice drive by McBride, but good help defense by Busher to knock that away.
Yeah, Bulldogs several times tonight have done a good job of getting their hands in on shots. Gales not protecting the ball real well.
McBride inbounds, right in wing, save. Nice effort by Bemrick, almost fell out of bounds. Now free throw line jumper for Emma Neverman off the backboard, then for an iron, no good. Chase has the rebound. The Bulldogs are the other way. Right side, pass up the floor to Etherington. Now left corner, pump faking is Busher. Drives into the paint, right side, layup too strong. Rebound down low, snatched by Gallus for St. Edmond.
That was a good defensive stop, but I think it was unintentional. Busher actually drove into the back of one of the Gale players.
Now 1:15 to go. Interior pass by McBride, stolen away by Busher. Pass up the floor, knocked away on the floor. A fight for the basketball, and we have whistles and a tie-up between Etherington and Bemrick, and the arrow favors the Gales. They get the ball back here off that turnover. Back in the game for Algona. Holmes, arrest to Busher.
It sometimes can happen, you know, games like this can get a little bit sloppy last couple possessions.
1 to go here in the first quarter, and a pass to the right corner stolen by Chase. Multiple good defensive plays by Chase here in this first quarter. Algona back the other way. Up top, left wing now for Chase. Back up top, and she passed to Holmes, but before she released that ball, she picked up her back pivot foot, called for the travel there. Like you said it earlier, the officials are on top here in this first quarter. They did a good job.
Yeah, they're doing an excellent job, I think. They're
haven't really missed anything.
Calling the way it needs to be called, and very clear on their calls.
So the Gales back in possession. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter, down by 13. Right corner is Kirsten. Drives baseline, passes back up top, tracked down to the last second by Johnson into the game for the first time. Now pass inside, Neverman too tall though, and it's stolen by Algona and Holmes. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Holmes drives right side, and she's fouled on the drive. A little bit of a shove in the back as Holmes got past her defender. So the Bulldogs will inbound under the basket with 23 seconds to go. That one was on Bemrick, her first. The team is fourth. 23.5 to go in the first. Bulldogs inbound under the hoop, leading by 13 points. Interior pass, McCauley left side just cannot quite squeeze the ball, lost it. Tried to spin towards the hoop baseline and just lost the ball off her left hand. A turnover, the ball back to the Gales with 20 seconds to go. Pass in left side, tracked down by Johnston. Now pass goes to the corner. In fact, deflected away, back to Johnson down low, and tried a little shovel pass underneath to Neverman, but she was fouled as the ball squirted free.
That time Chase got the foul, I think. No, I'm sorry.
I got on
Etherington.
Oh no, it is going to
Chase. Yeah, I thought it was Chase there. Stayed very active defensively, though. That time got a little contact.
She has. Now the Gales drive off the inbound. 10 seconds to go. Right corner ball deflected. Now tracked down up top by Harvey at 5. Drives in. Right side wide open lane, and she finishes with 2 seconds to go. And that'll do it for the first quarter. So the Gales snap a 15-0 run, but still trail by 11, 15-4 after one. Second quarter is next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
4, Algona 15.
Welcome back to Algona High School on to quarter number 2. After 8 minutes, the Bulldogs of Algona have a 15-4 lead. And Algona has the ball to begin quarter number 2, working right to left across your radio dial. Up top is Abby Holmes off a down screen, takes a three-pointer. It misses. Offensive board for Alayla Perry. Her push shot from 5 feet out short. Rebound Neverman for Saint Edmond. So Gales, their first possession now here in the second quarter. Pass inside deflected by Perry, stolen by Etherington. 2-on-1 break. Etherington right side, right of the defense. Layup misses, but an offensive foul called anyways. Charge drawn down low by Kelly Kirsten. Turnover on Etherington. Ball back to the Gales.
Etherington with the steal on the right side there. Never had a trailer really catch up with her. Didn't have another really good passing opportunity, so tried to take it all the way, but credit the Gales for getting in position back there.
That's 6 team fouls on Algona this half, all on 6 different players. No one has 2 for Algona. Gales the other way. Harvey drives and kicks to the right corner. Johnston, guarded by Lillian Etherington on the floor for Algona with Perry, Holmes, Cam Etherington, and McCauley. Right side Harvey, and we have a whistle, a foul away from the ball. It's an offensive foul.
Yeah.
Be an illegal strain somewhere down low. Not near the ball handler, but a turnover, ball back to the Bulldogs. This one goes against Kirsten, her second.
Her second. 15 foul.
7:10 to go in the first half. Bulldogs in front by 11. What has been a defensive battle so far. Pass inside for McCauley from Perry. A little bit too high. She saves it off the thighs of Harvey. It goes out of bounds off her. Well, McCauley saved a turnover. Nice idea there by Perry, but a little bit too much on the pass.
A little bit too flat. Need to lob it over the top just a bit more. Right idea, though. Young player getting experience.
Holmes inbounds to
Nice
McCauley.
move.
Nice spin move into the paint. Right side, banks it off the glass. That spin freed her up. The Bulldogs in front by 13.
Yeah, absolutely. Got the defender ahead of her. Spun backwards and got the open shot.
5 points now for McCauley, and a
There you
steal
go.
by Etherington the other way into the hands of Perry. Passes up the floor. Holmes steps back, takes a transition left wing three, and she hits it.
Well, there you go. I was going to say the pass come a little bit sooner. We might have had a lay-in, but 3-point shot is better. Holmes steps back and hits it.
So 20-4 now for Algona. Harvey up top, hounded by Etherington. Now passes left wing to Johnston. Johnston inside Neverman, left block. Back to Johnston. Down low again, Neverman catches it in the left block. Now back up top to Johnston. Johnston left wing, dribbles towards the corner. Nice job by Lillian Etherington. Now up top for Neverman. Double team near the perimeter. Dribbles around right side, hands it off over to Bemrick. Now back up top. Left elbow jumper for Baker is too strong off the backboard. Offensive board though for Saint Edmond. Right wing is Harvey. Harvey looking. Has picked up her dribble in the right wing. Passes left side. It goes between the hands and the legs of Kirsten. Bounces out of bounds off of her. So a turnover. And the ball back to Algona.
Yeah, it's 14 turnovers for St. Ed's. This is a major problem for their offense. Just not getting enough shots up because they're unable to control the ball for too long a possession.
They scored the first 2 points of the game and the final 2 points of the first quarter for their 4 points. It's 24 Algona, 5:45 to go. Holmes off a screen, dribbles to the left corner, now passes up top for Busher. Inside Perry, right side, layup short, offensive board, put back in, and a foul. A nice second effort down low by the freshman Alayla Perry. Missed the original shot, just barely ticked front iron, but it came right back to her, stayed strong, and finished through the contact.
Yeah, great job.
Her second.
No doubt that she was trying to pad stats, right?
Want to get a rebound in there as
Yeah,
well.
did a terrific job, though, staying with it. Left the first one short, stayed right there, and as you said, went up strong with the second, got a 3-point play.
Yeah, finished the free throw. Foul, by the way, was on Bemrick, her second. Sub for Algona. Young back in for Cam Etherington. Right wing is Harvey. Catches the pass after a short bobble. Right wing now passes up top for Gallus. Gallus back to Harvey, and she just shuffled those feet. A turnover along the right wing.
Yep, just a little bit nervous and jumped with both feet before she put the dribble down.
So the ball back to the Bulldogs, who lead 23-4, 5:15 to go in the first half. Holmes to Young, deep left wing. Looking inside, now passes up top for Busher. Busher cycles right side to Etherington. Off a screen, bounce pass up top. Perry now left wing, stolen away though by St. Edmond and Bemrick. Hands off Neverman. Neverman leading the break. Right side passes back up top and stolen away by Holmes. Holmes up the floor. Nice one-handed pass to Young, right corner, who's double teamed and passes back up top for Busher. I'm going to resets up top. 4:50 to go in the first half. 23-4 Bulldogs. Off a screen, Etherington dribbles right side into the paint. Double team, loses the ball out of bounds as she collides with the referee there on the floor. Turnover, and the ball will go back to the Gales. She lost her footing there and could not quite gain her balance back. As the ball then caromed out of bounds.
Well, that's another opportunity for the Bulldogs tonight. Not only get some offensive cohesiveness, but also some experience for players that don't get a lot of varsity court time.
Two freshmen out there now, Etherington and Perry. Gales basketball, though, deep left wing is Colossia. Passes to Gallus, left corner, drives in, free throw line now, passes back up top for Bemrick. Bemrick with those 2 fouls, picks up her dribble, needs help near the half-court stripe, now hands it off behind her to Colossia. Colossia, a couple of jab steps before she dribbled, but she traveled then.
Yep. And like I said already, these games are tough, really, for the Bulldogs, too, because you don't get a lot of flow going, but still Bulldogs want to concentrate on their half-court offense here. Try to get some things clicking.
23-4, Bulldogs lead, 4 to go in the first half. Off a screen, Young, a step back left wing three, off to the right, no. Long rebound, saved by Perry, back to Young, acrobatic move by the freshman. Now right to Etherington, drives in, layup misses, but we have a foul on the floor. Nice dribble move by Etherington, got past the first wave, did a nice jump stop before she was fouled. It is the 7th team foul though, so 1-and-1 free throws.
Avery Gallus called for her second.
It was Gallus on the foul, her second. But a couple of nice moves there by Bulldog freshman. The offensive rebound and the save in one motion by Perry. Saw the athleticism there and the nice drive by Etherington. 1-and-1 free throws for the freshman Etherington. First one is all net. Her first point tonight. Bulldogs now lead 24-4. One more free throw for the freshman Etherington, who averages about 6 a game. That one misses. Rebound saved by McCauley for a split second, but then knocked out of bounds off her. So the Gales get possession back. Bulldogs lead by 20, 24-4, 3:45 to go. Up top is McBride. Here in the first half, that is. Now right corner for Neverman, knocked away, tracked back down, passed now to the right wing for the other Neverman. That is Emma. Now back to Leah, right corner. Dribbles back up top of the bounce pass, and a travel by Emma. Just, she mentioned kind of the nervousness a bit. I think you see just the feet kind of stepping back and forth a little bit. A little bit of nervous energy.
Yeah, the Bulldogs do put some defensive pressure on you. I mean, they're up on the girls and have long reaches, so Gales, you can tell it's bothering them.
Another turnover and the ball to the Bulldogs. Off a double screen, Etherington drives, and that's Cam into the game again, and a nice head of steam. Right hand layup off the glass is in.
Nice explosion past that screen up there. A little hesitation dribble and then took it in.
Now a 22-point Bulldog lead. McBride, right side, crossover dribble, steps back on Cam Etherington. Now passes right wing, Neverman pass inside, deflected, taken by McBride. Right side, a layup, two swung off the glass. And rebound goes to Young. Up the floor, pass McCauley. Transition layup misses. Rebound tapped around, taken by Saint Edmond and Colasia. And almost a steal from behind by McCauley, who was calling for a foul. McCauley is not happy.
Personal foul called on Molly McCauley.
Yeah, Molly upset with herself, I'm sure, of missing that last lay-in opportunity.
Her second foul. It's the 7th team foul, so 1-and-1 free throws now for Colasia. Way back in the game for St. Edmond is Kirsten, also Harvey, replacing McBride and Neverman. So 1-and-1 free throws for Colasia, the freshman. First one rims in. Her first point tonight and the first point of the second quarter for the Gales. Now 26-5 with 2:42 to go in the first half. Second free throw for Colasia. That one perfect. A couple of nice looking free throws. He's got 2, and it's back to a 20-point Bulldog lead. 2:40 left in the second quarter. Cam Etherington on the floor with Perry, Young, Lillian Etherington, and also out there is McCauley. McCauley up top has it. Now it's Etherington, Lillian, hands off up top for Perry. Perry cycles right wing. Etherington pump fakes a 3. That's Cam. Now up top for McCauley. Thinks about a 3, passes out to a cutting Lillian Etherington, right hand layup misses. Rebound on the floor taken by the Gales and Kirsten. Nice cut by Etherington, just could not finish the layup.
Yeah, everything was good except not getting the shot to fall.
The Gales back in possession. Neverman up top, pass deflected, tracked down by Colasia. Now she's double teamed, falls to the floor. Pass stolen by McCauley. McCauley hands off to Cam Etherington, now left wing for Lillian Etherington. Back to the top of the key, McCauley drives, bounce pass to Young, saves them going out of bounds as it bounced off of her knee, and then it's a fight for the basketball on the left block on the floor, McCauley and Johnston, and it's a tie-up. The arrow goes to the Gales. Well, good effort. It was another nice cut, backdoor by Young that time, but the pass just couldn't quite connect.
Right idea, just unable to execute the pass. Yep.
Ray Busher and Holmes back in for Algona. Lillian Etherington and Layla Perry, the freshman, check out. Now travel up top for the Gales again as Harvey began her drive, then tried to pass but picked up her dribble, took one extra step. So turnover and the ball to the Bulldogs. Back in the game now, Leah Neverman for St. Edmond. The arrest to Avery Gallus, the junior. 1:30 to go in the first half. Algona leads by 20. Busher, left wing at Etherington. Deep right wing, pump fakes, hands it off. Right wing three for Holmes, and she's called for a travel before the shot. Tried to create an additional bit of space and a little bit of a step back, but both her feet moved after she got the ball, called for a travel. So, off the turnover, ball back to the Gales. 1:15 to go in the first half. The Gales down by 20 here on the road in Algona. Pass inside for Neverman, stolen away by McCauley. Hounding defense for the Bulldogs. Etherington, Busher, left corner three in transition, perfect.
Nice strong shot by Busher, set up down there on transition, as you said.
Nice pass from McCauley, or steal by McCauley, pass by Etherington. Now a steal by Etherington and Holmes. They combine on it. Holmes right side, right into the defense, step over, layup misses. Neverman the board for St. Edmond. 40 seconds left in the first half. Algona in front by 23. Right side, right elbow now is Kirsten. Drives in, right block, shot misses short, but a foul and 2 free throws. This one against Molly McCauley. It's her third. Algona's 8th, but a shooting foul, so 2 free throws. Kirsten, the 5'9" junior at the stripe. First, good. The Gales picking up some points here from the stripe in this second quarter.
Well, that's it. I mean, they're 3 for 3. We give them credit there at the free throw line, but only 2 field goal attempts in the second quarter. Missed them both.
Lots of turnovers.
13 turnovers. This quarter alone, they've got 23 for the game, which is wow, fairly high game total.
That second free throw rims out. Offensive board, though, for Neverman down low, and she finishes.
Yep, there's a big basket.
Well, first made field goal, third attempt of the quarter for St. Edmond. So a 3-point possession, and now it's a 20-point Bulldog lead with 19 seconds to go in the half. Driving in from the right corner is Busher. Shot misses. And on the rebound, we have a foul down low against Algona, I believe.
Yep.
I think they're signaling it on Young. Yes, they are on Young down low for a clear out, trying to get that rebound. So it's her second foul. It's the 9th team foul, so 1-and-1 free throws now for Neverman.
Busher had an opportunity from the corner there, really all alone for the 3-point shot on the far side. Chose to pass it up and take it in the basket, took it in the defense.
Neverman's free throw in and out. Rebound Busher for Algona. 10 seconds to go. Holmes is across half court. Bulldogs lead by 20. Double screen right. Holmes, step back right wing three. High off the front iron. No. Rebound on the floor. Taken by Busher. Pass up top. Stolen though by St. Edmond. And that'll do it for the half. So at the break, Algona leads 29-9 in what has been a defensive ball game for the most part, especially on the Algona defensive side here tonight. Lots of turnovers, not the most smooth offense so far in this one, but the Bulldogs have a 20-point lead, 29-9 at the halftime break. Algona led by 11 at the end of the first quarter, added on 9 more to their lead here in the second quarter, and they have that 20-point lead at the halftime break. Lots of scoring here from a number of different players for Algona. 8 from Busher, 5 from both Etherington. That's Cam Etherington and Molly McCauley. 4 from Abby Holmes, 3 from Ashlyn Young, and 1 from Lillian Etherington. 29-9, Bulldogs lead here at the halftime break. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and welcome on Noel McLaughlin of the Algona boys. Pop the headset on him, and we'll talk about that game coming up, the Algona boys and St. Edmond. That's on the way right after this quick break. Again, Algona leads at half, 29-9 in game 1 of our doubleheader. More action after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
I got to get a good seat here. I got one down there playing.
Back here in a second. Welcome back to Algona High School at the half. The Algona girls have a 20-point lead, 29-9 over the St. Edmond Gales. As you can hear the dog pound sound playing here in the background. Now we don't have the honor to catch up with Algona boys head coach Noel McLaughlin. Coach, how you doing?
Not too bad, Mark. Not too bad at all. It's a January night, the end of January almost here, and here we are. Busy week. Many busy weeks coming.
I don't know. You got vested interest in what's going on here at halftime. You got a kid down there playing basketball.
Youngest McLaughlin daughter just shot the ball backwards. I don't know what that means, but there's some work to be done. Let's say that.
She's having a good time, though.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
Let's talk about your game here you got coming up tonight. You got the St. Edmond Gales here at home and a big conference game for you. Of course, coming off of that tough loss on Friday. How important is it just to get back in the win column to get that feeling back? You've now lost 3 of your last 4.
It is very important. You know, anybody that's or knows basketball knows that, you know, there's ups and downs during the season. It's a long season. And a game like Friday night with Humboldt, a very good opponent that found a weak moment in the night. One of those high moments. They hit 3 threes in that fourth quarter and put us away, you could say. Came back and had a nice win. It's really important to bounce back on a night like tonight. Team St. Ed's, we beat by 4 down at their place and really struggled. They defend really well. They just went to double overtime with Webster City. This is a team that defends, and they give us all we can handle.
Now, I wanted to ask you about the St. Edmond team. You look at their record, they're 4-8, 2-6 in conference. You might be able to just, looking at that, write them off. Oh, they're not that great this year. But you mentioned you struggled against them a little bit down in Fort Dodge. You ended up winning that game close at the end. They've won 3 of their last 4. They almost won that last one against Webster City. This is obviously a team maybe playing better basketball now than they have all season as well.
Well, they're always well coached. They're always a great defensive team, and I think they really hang their hat on that. And they're a team that has some good tradition. They don't just show up and not expect to win. They know what they need to do to get it win. I'd say the difference is they don't have the athletes that they've had in the past, but they definitely are the same program, and they definitely get the job done. Down at their place, we weren't real sharp with it, and I think sometimes, you know, you're on the road, it's a little bit tougher. Tonight we got to be sharp. We got to play on the defensive end, which I feel we have all year, but on the offensive end, we kind of got to find that rhythm. We got to find that momentum and run with it a little bit, and we kind of need to get this I call it the second half almost, because, you know, we're just past the halfway point as far as games, but we need to get on a little run here, and it starts with tonight.
45 points per game you allow, best in the conference. They allow about 51 a game, 3rd best in the conference. You mentioned their defense. I imagine this is going to be kind of a grinded out ball game with 2 really good defenses.
Well, I think you have to adapt every time you go. I know we'll be able to defend. We've done that all year, but you have to adapt. You see a team like this, we need to work our transition game a little bit better. We got to get out and create some opportunities in a half-court defense. They'll slow things down, they'll pack it in, and they'll force you out of your rhythm. We got to find our tradition or our transition. We got to get some easy buckets. So that'll be a focus for us tonight.
All right. Well, best of luck, Coach. Thanks for coming up. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep, you're welcome. That's Noel McLaughlin, head coach of the Algona boys, joining us here on Hometown Radio KLGA. My thanks to Noel, as always, for taking out the time and making his way up here for us. We do have another half of the girls' game coming up on Hometown Radio KLGA. And then we have boys basketball on the way. Again, Algona comes in at 9-3, 5-2. St. Edmond 4-8, 2-6. That matchup is on the way in just a little bit. For now, though, we'll take another break, a 1-minute break. We'll come back, welcome Greg Stewart back to the broadcast, and we have half number 2 on the way after this. You're listening to Algona basketball on Hometown Radio KLGA.
She's got the ball.
Okay. Oh,
She passed it to her friend, but her friend's on the other team.
well, she's a tall one. That's good, at least. Welcome back to Algona High School. A few minutes left here in halftime as some of the YMCA kids out there playing. They're in the halftime break. One of them, Noah McLaughlin's youngest daughter, out there dribbling the ball right now, in fact. But at half here of the girls' game, Algona leads 29-9. The Bulldogs, a nice defensive performance. Of course, for Saint Edmond, a lot of it is unforced errors. This is a young and inexperienced team in the Gales. They haven't had a win so far this year. I think it's easy to kind of just write it off and say, well, you know, this is a lot of unforced errors, and there certainly has been a number of those. But the Bulldog defense playing pretty sound as well, especially down low.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Bulldogs have had good active hands defensively. Got a lot of knockaways, some block shots, and good length on the perimeter there, really making the Gale ball handlers nervous. So we did see a number of traveling violations on the Gales, but those weren't all just unforced. They were forced really by the Bulldog defense being right in their face and getting nervous with the pressure. They really struggled with the pressure. Bulldogs have not applied much of any full court pressure, just in the half court, but that's been enough to get 23 turnovers out of the Gales here in a half of basketball. The Gales only 8 shot opportunities, 23 turnovers, so really bad combination there for the Gales. But flip it over on the Algona side, yeah, the defense has been good. It's caused a lot of those turnovers. For the Bulldogs offense, I think, you know, a couple things. Shooting percentage is up a little bit here at halftime, 10 out of 25, 40%. Certainly almost double what they shot last night against Forest City. Been good balance, number of kids in the scoring column, and 5 out of 10 from behind the arc. So it's been good, a lot of good movement for the Bulldogs. They've gotten some backdoor cuts, but sometimes haven't executed them all the way to get points on the board. So that'd be something maybe a little bit sharper. And I would like to see the leading scorer, Abby Holmes. I don't know how much she'll play in the second half, but she really hasn't gotten the ice broken yet. Tonight, 1 out of 6. She did hit one 3-point shot there, but otherwise, she's 1 out of 6 from the floor tonight. And we all know Abby is one of the best shooters in Algona girls basketball history. So it'd be nice to see her just kind of start nailing some shots like we know she can.
Well, she's actually second all-time in Algona girls varsity scoring history. Entering the night, had 1,220 career points, trailing only Laura Tierhart, who has over 1,300 career points. Abby Holmes within 150 now of that record. But yeah, I think if you're Mike Ford, head coach of the Algona Bulldogs, you want to see your star player get going before you have some big matchups on the way over the next week plus.
Exactly.
I think also maybe if you're head coach Mike Ford, you're maybe less worried about the ultimate final score of this one. You know, you imagine the Bulldogs are going to win this one, but the margin really not that important. I think you're worried a lot more about how the team kind of just looks. Are they going to pass the eye test here in terms of their execution? I think especially on the offensive end, because this is the team, if they can get their offense figured out throughout the rest of the season and be smooth and find their rhythm, this becomes a whole different team than we've seen for a lot of the season so far. Because we saw them last year when they get that offense going, and at times this year they can run with just about anyone, not in the conference, but around the area and across the state.
Yeah, they can run with people. They can, you know, really press the defense into making mistakes and beat people down the court. They've got at least 4 players that can nail the three-pointer. So they're really a tough team when they're clicking offensively. And like we said at the outset, it's been a little bit inconsistent. And the other positive here in the first half is the number of bench players who got a lot of time for the Bulldogs. I'm guessing that'll be the same case in the second half here. But it would be nice, I think, just to see a little bit more production out of the Algona offense.
Algona does open with their starting 5, Young, Holmes, Etherington, McCauley, and Busher, and the Bulldogs have the ball first. Up top is Aaliyah Busher, driving now left to right, left-hand scoop, layup, rims around and in. Nice move by Aaliyah Busher, kicking off the second half with a nice layup, and the Bulldogs lead by 22.
Very smooth move by Busher.
Meanwhile, the Gales, they have their 5 out there as well. It's Kirsten, McBride, Bemrick, Neverman, and Harvey. Up top is Harvey, guarded by Etherington. Drives, left block, scoops the ball back up. Now it's on the floor, knocked away. Out of bounds off of Busher. Knocked that ball away originally, did Busher, then almost stole it out of the grasp of Harvey, but falls out of bounds off of her hands. stays with the Gales. Harvey looking, throws it up top, knocked away, but tracked down by the Gales. Right wing is Bemrick. Now back up top for McBride. McBride guarded by Young. Drives in a push off from 10 feet out. Too strong. It's a line drive. Board to Etherington. Pushing the tempo herself. A 1-on-2. Step around. Layup misses. Offensive board somehow by Busher. Now up top. Wide open three by Holmes. Too strong. Long rebound. Tracked down by Young. Back to Holmes, who drives in left side. Right hand layup. Too strong. But a foul and 2 free throws for Abby Holmes on the block down low by Neverman.
That's interesting. I was going to comment just as we came back on here to get ready for the half. I'd watched Abby on the court there warming up. Watched her make 4 straight three-point shots, effortless.
Drops in her first free throw, but missed that first three-pointer.
First one on and off again. Yeah.
Missed that first three-pointer here. Game action in the second half. Second one rattles in and out, but an offensive board for Busher. Passes up top for Etherington. Left open, does not shoot right wing, instead hands it off to Young. Young up top and breaks the ankle to a defender, drives in, bounce pass to Holmes, underneath left-hand layup falls. Kind of looked like a head fake by Young, and it sent Kirsten falling to the floor and ultimately turned into a layup for Young or Holmes down low. And then a pass up the floor by McBride, too tall, and a turnover. Ball back to the Bulldogs. So 6:44 to go in the third quarter. Algona leads 34-9. They're on a 5-0 run to open up this third period. Holmes to Young, deep right wing, now to a cutting Holmes. Passed a little bit too high. She kind of could not see it looking over her shoulder, but the pass was then saved by St. Edmond back to Algona. Long left wing three by Etherington, rims out. Rebound, fought for it, caroms out of bounds off the Gales. So the Bulldogs somehow keep the ball again. As Busher inbounds under or in front of her own bench, goes into the backcourt for Holmes. 6:20 in the third. Bulldogs lead by 25. Etherington inside Busher. Skip pass now left elbow or left wing three for McCauley. Rims around high into the air and then it falls. And McCauley had a smile on her face as she runs down the floor. Now a timeout called by St. Edmond and head coach Steve Newberger. Bulldogs in front now 37-9, an 8-0 run to begin this third quarter. It is a 30-second timeout.
That was a nice touch pass assist, as it turns out, from Busher that time. Threw it down underneath to her, and she leapt up for the pass, and in one motion, flicked it right back to the corner to McCauley, who got the soft three-pointer to roll around, skip up, and fall through.
Yeah, second three for McCauley. Also 2 made threes by Aaliyah Busher. 1 by Cameron Etherington, 1 by Abby Holmes. So the Bulldogs 6 made threes here tonight. St. Edmond has not made one.
Only attempted one back in the first quarter. McBride threw one up, and that's the only one they put up tonight. But only 9 field goal attempts for the game from the Gales.
And they made 3 of them. 37-9, Algona leads. The Gales back in possession. Up top is McBride. Up top, loses the ball. Fight for it with Young and McBride. A tie up now, and Young forces it. A whistle, though. The arrow stays with St. Edmond. Good hands. And then the instinct by Young to dive on that basketball. Force the whistle. But again, the Gales retain possession. Inbounds pass thrown away under the fingertips of McBride. Then rolls out of bounds. And the ball to the Bulldogs.
And again, a little credit to the Bulldogs that time. Young, nice job defensively of really putting pressure on the passing lane. They had to bounce it a little bit wide and unable to catch up with it.
And not going to go down in the scorebook as anything but just a turnover, but that was good defensive play, certainly. Left wing is Etherington, pass to a cutting Young underneath, saves it, but her foot on the baseline. Just bobbled that pass for a moment, and then by the time she reacted, her foot was out of bounds.
Another one of those opportunities, that ran the play well, executed well, just didn't complete the pass there.
37-9, Algona leads. St. Edmond, though, in possession. Up top, now pass goes inside from Kirsten to Neverman, but wide to the left. It sails past Neverman's hands and rolls out of bounds. So another Gale turnover and the ball to the Bulldogs as this third quarter rolls along. Bulldogs in front 37-9. Holmes to Young, right wing. Fakes a pass inside, now passes back up top. Cycle to left wing for Etherington. Now up top off a down screen, Holmes, a wide open three. That one's off to the right, long rebound, saved by Busher into the hands of Etherington. Pass to the left corner, deflected, tracked down by Young. Pump fake, pass along the baseline, now back up to the right wing, inside to Young. Right block, spins, passes out. Now up top for Holmes, a reload straight on three.
There it is.
Good.
What a nice ball movement by the Bulldogs that time. That was, the ball rarely hit the floor. About 5 passes around the horn until they got Holmes the second open look.
Now Holmes in double figures with 10 points. Up top, McBride, crossover, drives left, layup, rims out, but a foul and 2 free throws coming. I believe this one is on to Busher for Algona, and yes, it is. It's her second, the team's first. 1 foul apiece here in this third quarter with 4.5 to go. First free throw for McBride falls. McBride has her first point tonight. She averages about 8.5. The Bulldogs have done a good job on her so far tonight. First sub of the half for Algona. Chase back in. She had some good minutes in the first half, especially defensively. 1 more free throw for McBride. That one is good as well. She replaced McCauley, who's taking a rest on the bench now. 40-11, Algona leads in this third quarter with 4.5 to go. Etherington drives in, right side, a layup falls, wide open lane off the screen. No one came to help. 2 easy ones for Etherington.
Yeah, boy, you really got to be ready to step in there because if Etherington sees a gap, she's hard charging the basket.
Bulldogs lead by 31 again. Up top is McBride after those 2 made free throws. Drives in, right side, acrobatic layup, rims out, offensive board. Neverman put back, rims around, and it falls.
Yep, good position for Neverman there on the weak side.
She's got 6 to lead the way for the Gales. Back to a 29-point Algona lead. Holmes across half court. Left-handed pass on the left wing to Young. Now inside for Chase, and just a couple of bunny hops in the paint after she got that pass. Called for a travel.
Yep. It's a similar thing again. They talked about the experience, the bench players get, and in a game like this, it's a great opportunity for them to get more minutes out there. And just plays like that. Just being able to take a deep breath.
Layla Perry back in for Algona, by the way. Pass inside by Johnson to Neverman on the right block. Nice move there. Neverman's shot was blocked, but also got hacked on the right forearm. So 2 free throws as that foul is on Holmes for second. But Neverman to the stripe.
That was a nice wraparound pass, as you said, from Leah Johnson that time with the left hand.
First free throw from Neverman, rims out. So for the moment, it stays a 42-13 Algona lead with 3:33 to go in the third quarter. 1 more free throw from the 6-foot junior Neverman. That one falls, all net. She's got 7 to lead the Gales. And now a substitution for Algona. McCauley in for Busher. 42-14, Algona in front. They have possession, 3.5 to go in the third.
Different looking lineup for the Bulldogs right now. 3 typically post players in there at the same time.
Holmes, along with McCauley, Etherington, Chase, and Perry. Holmes is passed stolen away by McBride for the Gales. And then in the other way, Neverman passes left corner for Johnson. Skip pass up top. McBride fakes a pass left, drives right. Bounce pass right corner 3 for Gallus is off back iron. No rebound. Holmes and Etherington combined. Up the floor, left wing is McCauley. Pump fakes a 3. Pass inside, wide open is Chase. Turns, fires, and hits off the glass. Her first 2 points.
Yeah, nice job. McCauley saw an open look at a 3, which she typically will take. A nice job of seeing her teammate open underneath the basket.
Back to a 30-point Bulldog advantage, 44-14. Left wing Johnston looks inside, throws a skip pass, right wing, leaping grab by McBride. McBride now dribbles back to the top and passes across the perimeter to Gallus. Loses the ball, picks it back up, then stolen by McCauley on her knees. Dribbles back to her feet, passes right wing to Holmes. Passes inside now to Perry. Nice catch, turns, fires it, rims in.
There you go. That's the experience we're talking about right there. Nice pass from Holmes and nice job by Perry to get her first bucket. No.
She got 5 points in fact.
5 points,
now.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Had a bucket in the first half and a free
right.
throw. 46-14 Bulldogs. St. Edmond on the right wing, passes up top for Johnston. And inside, nice catch by Neverman. Turns and fires off glass. Chase went for the steal, maybe got a fingertip on it, but it was still caught by Neverman, and she finished the layup. She now has 9, 5 of them here in this quarter. Holmes, right wing, a deep three, high off back iron, and a rebound on the floor. Neverman comes out of the pack with it for the Gales. She breaks the pressure herself on the right side of the floor. Picked up by Chase near half court. Dribbles and spins to the right wing. Passes inside for Gallus. Off of her fingertips and out of bounds, a turnover.
You know, there's no doubt if possible they want to get Leah Neverman underneath the basket. Not up top handling the ball. That time she got caught up there in the dribble and pass got away on the baseline.
Couple of subs for Algona. In for the first time, Maddie Hilbert. McCauley out there again as well as Etherington and Holmes check out. Layup down low, misses for Algona. And the Gales get the ball right back. Left side, Johnston drives in, left corner, hands off Neverman. Dribbles up top, hounded by Busher. Now passes back to the left corner for Johnston. Has the dribble, passes up top though to Harvey, and her straight on three. Short offensive board, no, tapped away and tracked down by Busher for Algona. Under a minute to go here in the third. Pass inside, Perry, nice catch. Shot though, misses. Neverman the board, double teamed. Hands off to Harvey. And the Gales right to left now across your radio dial. 45 ticks to go in the third. Bulldogs lead by 30. Left wing Johnston. Looks inside, throws that away. Pass deflected and stolen by Chase.
Yeah, that's Chase again. She's done that a number of times tonight.
And a handful of steals.
Yep.
Left wing for Algona. Off the steal is Busher with 25 seconds to go. Now off a Perry screen. Passes right corner for Hilbert. Hilbert drives, hands off McCauley. Right side, a layup blocked from behind by Neverman. Rebound to Gallus for the Gales. Outlet pass almost out of bounds. Tracked down, now saved by Harvey into the hands of Neverman. At 7, pass right corner. That's Emma Neverman, double teamed at 3, and she stepped on the sideline with 2.3 seconds to go. So the Bulldogs will have an inbounds play, maybe a dribble or two, and a half-court heave. So McCauley will get it into Busher. 2.3, Busher will catch and shoot a three-quarter court shot, and it's short. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So after 3, Algona leads by 30, 46-16. Fourth quarter is next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Score after 3 quarters, Saint Edmond 16, Algona 46.
Welcome back to Algona High School as we begin quarter number 4. The Algona Bulldogs lead by 30 and they have possession. As the quarter begins though, a ball from the stands rolls onto the floor. So we'll inbound again, 4 seconds in as whistle stopped play. Came from the student section.
Somebody fumbled over there.
Got it back, they're all good.
Yeah, I see a few kids claiming innocence. Hold their hands up. Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Sure, exchanging some jabs out there in the student section.
Yeah.
Up top, pass goes inside from Chase to Perry. Misses the shot, gets her own rebound, throws it up on the putback. It misses, but a foul and a couple of free throws. Well, the shot didn't fall, but we see the athleticism down low by Perry.
Yeah. And strong girl again up through some pressure there. May have gotten fouled in that first shot attempt, honestly, and stuck with it, grabbed the rebound, put it up again.
First free throw does rim out, though, off to the left, but still a nice move down low. The foul, by the way, on Kirsten, the junior's third. One more free throw for Perry. It falls.
That looked nice.
Perry now with 6 points. Average is just over 2 on games she does play in. So a nice performance here for her. Bulldogs lead now by 31. The left wing is Johnston up top. Now pass down low into the hands of Kirsten. Knocked away, shot misses. Rebound to Algona with Young. Young to Hilbert, who was not ready for the pass as it comes off her fingers and rolls out of bounds.
Yep.
Young was looking to push the tempo with a pass up the floor, and Hilbert's head turned around just a second too late. 7:20 left in regulation. Bulldogs lead by 31, in control of this ball game from the beginning. Left wing is Johnston. Now up top for Neverman. That's Emma Neverman. Pass over to the right wing now for Kirsten. Kirsten at the free throw line. Bounce pass up top for Johnston. Checked by Young. Johnson left side. Passes inside off the knee of Hilbert. Back up to the top of the key now for Johnston. Johnson passes left corner for Kirsten. Kirsten drives into the paint. Right side shot off glass or off the front iron. No. And Perry has the rebound after playing the defense for Algona. Lillian Etherington, right wing, drives in, and she's fouled on the drive. Looking to pass to the corner for Chase, so foul on the floor. A blocking foul called down low. One's against Leah Johnson, her first. Inbounds play now coming up for the Bulldogs. We have Etherington, that's Lillian Etherington, with Young, Perry, Chase, and Hilbert. Perry right side ball stolen away by Harvey. Crossover, Harvey right side drives in, a blocking foul called, and a couple of free throws as the shot missed. Young tried to draw the charge, just could not get her feet set in time. So 2 free throws for Harvey off the steal.
13 foul.
Harvey, 5'6" sophomore with a couple of shots here. First rattles in. He's got 3.
Gales have shot well from the line tonight, 7 of 10 now.
One more free throw for Harvey. Make it 8 of 11. She goes 2 of 2 there. She's got 4. Now a sub as Gallus checks out. Back in is Leah Neverman.
Bulldogs tossed it in during the dead ball, so they got to go back and do that over.
6.5 left in the fourth. The Bulldogs in front by 29, 47-18. Etherington right side passes up top for Young. Young looks and throws it up top for Chase. Chase almost dragged that back. Pivot foot now passes inside to Perry. Out to the right wing, a 3 for Etherington. It's short, high off the rim. Rebound tapped, saved by Perry. Into the hands though of Harvey for the Gales. Harvey leads the break. Right side passes right wing, and a travel there on Kirsten, who knew it. Caught that pass and kind of lost her balance and had to take a step forward to avoid falling over.
And
called for a travel
right away. She knew a whistle was coming.
47-18, ball back to Algona. By the way, out there for the first time for the Bulldogs is Izzy Henry, replacing Young. So the Bulldogs have a full junior varsity squad on the floor right now. Right wing is Hilbert, her 3 off the catch, rims in and out. Rebound on the floor taken by Perry. Right side shot blocked by Neverman, who has the rebound as well. Just took that ball away from Perry. And the Gales move the other way with Neverman across half court. 5.5 to go, and Neverman then pushed from behind a foul as she began to drive on the right side of the floor.
Personal foul called on Alexa
This foul is on Alexa Chase, her second. Algona's 4th as the team this half. McBride back in for the Gales. She will inbound under the basket. Bulldogs in control with 5.5 to go in the fourth. Pass along the baseline off the foot of a Bulldog and called a kick. Intended for Neverman, left block. Never got to her.
Lillian Etherington getting over there, just got a foot on it.
So McBride inbounds, back to the left corner for Bemrick. Bemrick, guarded by Henry, now back up top to Colossia back in the game. Neverman passes to a cutting Gale. It's Kirsten, left side shot, then rejected, and a tie-up. Possession arrow stays with the Gales, but nice effort down low by Perry. Got that ball before the Gales got their hands on it as well. Colossia will inbound. Looks left, throws to the right, and they have a foul called as that pass skipped under the hands of Neverman. It's a foul on the Bulldogs, I think, for grabbing Neverman on that interior pass against Chase, her 3rd now.
15 foul.
Colossi inbounds, Neverman right elbow. Looking right, throws that way. Now pass back up top for McBride. McBride inside, Neverman, pass deflected but knocked away and then kept alive by the Gales. Colossia passes left wing to Kirsten. Kirsten drives, pass to Neverman, left block, guarded by Chase. Shot misses, but we have a travel before that. Took a couple steps down low and calling for the violation.
Yep.
The ball will go back to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a decent job by the Gales of getting the ball inside, but unable to follow through with the shot.
Sub for Algona. In the game for the first time, Ava Henry replacing Alexa Chase. Bulldogs lead 47-18. Henry's pass into Perry, knocked away, and have a fight for the ball on the ground. It's a foul on the Gales. No, they say a foul on Algona. Excuse me.
On Henry, Ava Henry just in. Threw the pass and was knocked away, and then she tried to go in and recover it. Contact from behind.
Under 5 left here in regulation of game 1 of our doubleheader. Of course, we have the boys game coming up next. The Bulldogs in full control. Gales driving left side. Neverman, a deep 2-jumper left wing is off. No good off the rim. And Henry has the board. That Ava Henry on the floor with Izzy Henry. Right side, it is Ava Henry on the right wing and loses the ball. And she falls to the floor. A jump ball called a tie-up. Arrow stays, though, with Algona. The way around the rest of the conference, Clear Lake is in Webster City tonight. Anthony Wan is in Humboldt. In the inbounds pass, foul called again on the Gales. Pass went into Henry, and she was grabbed by Colossia. Also, the Clarion Goldfield Downs, then Iowa Falls Alden. And then here, the Gales in Algona. Perry off the inbound, passes up top, knocked away. Henry has it deep right wing. Hands off to Etherington. Now off a screen, sets up top. Of course, the conference led right now by Clear Lake. They were 9-0. Up top now is Perry, over to the right wing. For Henry, loses the ball, picks it back up, hands it up, and stolen away by Colossia. Left side. Now up top. Neverman passes right wing, a 3-4 McBride. It's perfect.
Yeah, that was a nice looking shot. In rhythm, the first made 3 of the night for the Gales.
McBride attempted one in that first quarter and made one here in the fourth. 47-21 as Etherington drives in right side layup, misses. Offensive board, though she got her own miss. That was a Perry right block. Her shot blocked by Neverman, but also a foul and 2 free throws.
That was a nice job by Lillian Etherington there, accelerating on the right side, got all the way to the basket, just didn't complete the shot. Coach Ford patting on the back, encouraging her. Did the right thing, just didn't get it to go down, but did get a rebound back.
Perry then misses the first free throw.
Bulldogs now 6 out of 10 for the game from the line.
One more here from the freshman pair. That one too strong. Long rebound. Almost out of bounds. Saved, though, by Hilbert. Into Henry. She drives in. Shot blocked by Neverman, but a foul again on Neverman down low.
Gonna get some more free throws here.
2 more free throws. These 2 coming for Izzy Henry. Neverman had 1 foul the first 3.5 quarters of this game. Has picked up 2 of the last 10 seconds of gameplay. First free throw for Henry. High arcing shot. It falls perfectly through. Her first point. In fact, that's her first varsity point of the year.
That's nice.
Just her 5th game at the varsity level. Next free throw rims out. Neverman, though, has the rebound. 48-21 Algona. 3:20 to go in this game 1 of our doubleheader. Neverman fakes a pass, drives and hands it off. Right wing for Bemrick. Bemrick checked by Henry. That's Ava Henry. Now inside. Pass deflected and stolen away by Izzy Henry. Henry to Etherington. Up to for Hilbert, right wing. Back to Etherington. Crossover, drives, kicks it up top. Left wing now Izzy Henry. Hands it off back to Etherington. Bulldogs reset up top with under 3 to go in the fourth, leading by 27. Hilbert up top for Chase, back in the game for Perry, by the way. Now Henry drives left side of the blocking foul call, but it's the 7th team foul. This one goes against Colossia, her second, so 1-and-1 free throws for
Personal foul
Ava
called
Henry.
on Anna Kalasha. Her second.
Nice quick move by
17
Ava Henry, a little ball
foul.
fake, and then took it toward the baseline side there.
So 1-and-1 free throws for Ava Henry. Bulldogs lead by 27 with 2:42 to go. First one good by Henry. She also picks up her first varsity point. Izzy Henry did so a moment ago, and now Ava Henry. Second one good as well.
All
Nice
right.
looking shots.
Yep.
She now has 2 in her 6th game of the season, scores her first couple of points. Bulldogs lead 50-21. 2.5 left. Right side driving underneath is Harvey. Her pass then stolen away by the Bulldogs. Etherington right side 1-on-2. Splits the defense. Layup rims out. Back for the acrobatic rebound is Izzy Henry. Bulldogs reset. Right wing 3 for Hilbert. It's short. Offensive board. Etherington down low. Throws it up. Too strong. Long rebound. Tipped around and taken by the Gales and Johnson. Then stolen by Chase and Henry. Bulldogs back up top with Ava Henry, who had that steal. 2 to go now in regulation as Henry drives and lots of contact and a foul called down low on Gallus. 2 more free throws for Ava Henry. Nice strong take. Hard foul. Good basketball play, but 2 free throws coming for Ava Henry.
18 foul.
Ava Henry kind of checking her lip or teeth there. I think maybe got popped in the mouth a little bit in that drive.
Taking inventory. By the way, the girls, the first free throw misses. The girls JV game was canceled today, so all these players playing in their only game of the night. Second free throw rattles in for Henry. She has 3 points.
Works out well and maybe chase a few butterflies away here on the varsity court. Get the ball to go through the hoop.
Back to a 30-point Bulldog lead. 2 to go in the 4th. Left elbow driving in Johnson. Layup short, and Izzy Henry has the rebound. Up the floor for Hilbert, right wing, drives in and lost the ball. Fight for it on the hardwood. Hilbert dives for it, and we have a jump ball tie-up. Arrow goes back to the Gales. Nice effort by Hilbert after the ball was originally knocked away to dive for that one.
Well, the young Bulldogs have been playing out here, have been doing a nice job of using head fakes and finding holes in the defense to get inside. Unfortunately, have not been able to get a shot to go down here in the last quarter. They've Bulldogs 0 for 8 from the field here in the 4th quarter.
You have 5 points off from the line, though, in the 4th.
Yep.
Colossia, right wing for the Gales. 1.5 to go now in the regulation as Johnson drives, locks the ball away, but saved by the Gales and Gallus. Out of left wing for Harvey, and Harvey fouled. Clock stops with 1:17 to go in the 4th. That's the 7th team foul on Algona, so 1-and-1 free throws.
Personal foul called on Ava Henry, her second.
This one's on Ava Henry, her second.
17 foul.
Free throws here for Harvey, or at least 1 free throw. Sophomore, Harvey. Her first is short, rebound tapped around, out of bounds, off of Algona. It'll stay with the Gales as the ball rolls into the hallway. Reminder, we have the boys varsity game on the way coming up next after this one ends, about 15 minutes afterwards. Johnson inbounds, right block for Kirsten, and the ball then lost out of bounds. As she tried to put up a shot, she was double teamed, and the ball then caromed out of bounds. 1:15 to go in regulation. The Bulldogs will pick up a nice win here in conference play. Ava Henry left side pass to Izzy down low, now back to the left corner and cycled back up top for Perry. Right wing Hilbert off a screen, thought about a 3, passes back up top. Now up top again for Etherington off the Perry screen, drives and kicks Izzy Henry, 15-foot jumper. It's short, offensive board though for Etherington. Throws it back up top, Hilbert deep 2 from up top, rims out, offensive board. Perry put back up and in. Well, Perry now with 8 points for Algona. And it's a 32-point lead, 30 seconds left. Right wing, Colossia for Saint Edmond. Colossia, bounce pass up top for Johnston. At 20 ticks to go. Now free throw line, the ball slips through the hands of Gallus, stolen by Perry. Perry at 10. Hands off Henry. That's Ava who drives in left side layup, misses, ball out of bounds off of the Gales. It'll stay with Algona. 4 seconds to go. Bulldogs do not need to shoot. They could though. Left corner is Perry. Now pass deflected up top, knocked away, tracked down again by Algona, and that'll do it as the buzzer sounds. Completing this ball game, Algona wins 53-21. Bulldogs in control from the jump after St. Edmond scored the first points of the game. The Bulldogs on a 15-0 run. Ultimately, they win by a final score of 53-21, and they improve to 9-6 on the season. They are now 6-3 in conference play. Gales stay winless, 0-14 on the year, and now 0-9 in NCC play. It was a balanced attack for the Bulldogs here in this ball game tonight, as they got 10 points from both Aaliyah Busher and Abby Holmes. 8 points from a couple of different players as well, Alayla Perry and Molly McCauley. 7 from Cam Etherington. 3 points from both Ava Henry and Ashlyn Young. 2 from Alexa Chase. 1 from both Lillian Etherington and Izzy Henry for the Algona Bulldogs. Meanwhile, St. Edmond's got 9 of their 21 from Leah Neverman, the 6-foot junior down low. She had a nice game. 5 from Cambry McBride. She made a 3-pointer, the lone 3-point field goal for the Gales here tonight. 4 from Gracie Harvey, the sophomore. 2 from Anna Colossi and a couple of made free throws. 1 from Kelly Kirsten, and that is all the scoring for the Gales here tonight. Greg, it was a game dominated by turnovers, and this one the Gales just could not get out of their own way at times, and really that's the difference in this ball game tonight.
Oh yeah, huge difference really here. Bulldogs able to pick up 37 turnovers. That's a lot. A lot of shot opportunities given up by the Gales. 37 turnovers for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs turn it over themselves 19 times, but again, a lot of players played tonight, a lot of different combinations on the court, so you'd expect that probably to be up a little bit. But credit the Bulldog defense certainly for putting some pressure on passing lanes and being very active with hands down low especially, and getting those turnovers. That combined with offensive rebounds. I've got Algona with 19 offensive boards tonight, so when you get over 30 turnovers and 19 boards, you're going to have a really big imbalance on shot opportunities, which it was tonight. Unofficially here, Algona 53 field goal attempts to 21 for St. Edmonds. Bulldogs shot it slightly better than last night, but again, under their season average, they made 18 out of 53 for 34%. The Gales 6 out of 21, 29%. For the Bulldogs outside the arc, made 7 out of 20 for 35%. And the Gales just made 1 there in the fourth quarter out of 4 attempts. And then at the free throw line, the Gales did all right, made 8 out of 12. Bulldogs 10 out of 18 for the game, 56%. So for Algona, probably still a little bit subpar shooting night. They're going to have to raise that up again against some of the better teams. But you knew coming in here that this is going to be a difficult game to really get into a good flow probably. And it showed that throughout. But the Bulldogs did what they needed to do defensively. Big plus, I think, was the number of players and the number of minutes that those players, primarily JV players, talking about, able to get in on the varsity court tonight. No matter the circumstance, that's helpful for the future. Because then they know they've been out there. They kind of know what it's like. Several of them hit free throws or baskets themselves. So that's helpful for those young players, too.
Certainly is. Well said. First varsity points for Izzy and Ava Henry tonight. Also, we saw a good game for Layla Perry, the freshman. She had 8 points, which I don't know officially, but I would imagine, if not her season high, got to be close to her season high. The Bulldogs also got some nice points from up in the lineup, a couple points from Alexa Chase as well here in this one tonight. So again, the final score, Algona wins 53-21. Algona is 9-6, 6-3 in conference. The Gales 0-14, 0-9. Up next for the Gales, they play on Thursday at Iowa Falls Alden, on Friday at Clear Lake. Algona Thursday at Clarion. That game will be on Hometown Radio KLGA. And then on Friday at Iowa Falls Alden, a couple of road games, a couple of big games, and then Clear Lake looming coming up next week on Tuesday as well. Okay, time for a little bit of a break here on Hometown Radio KLG. We'll be back with more basketball. The boys currently warming up on the floor in front of us right now. We'll take about a 9-minute break. We'll be back just after 7:40, around 7:41 or so. We have more basketball on the way then. The Algona boys and St. Edmond Gales are on the way. Until then, we'll take a break, listen to some music perhaps here on Hometown Radio. But again, Mark, Randy, and Greg will be back with boys basketball on the way in just a little bit, just after 7:40 right here on Hometown Radio KLGA.